Hello boys and girls, photographers, and all of you who want to be photographers and videographers as well, and welcome to Frankfurt's Christmas market. It usually starts in November and it lasts till shortly before Christmas. Today we're here with two brand new lenses by Canon. It's the Canon 16-35mm F2.8 Mark III USM, and we have another one which is the 24-105mm F4 Mark II USM. We'll be testing both of these lenses on both Canon EOS 5D Mark IVs. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment below. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you soon.
The 16-35mm of the third generation comes with a familiar L build quality. Canon provides a little protection bag and the lens hood is included as well. That altogether weighs just 790 grams and you'll need an 82mm filter to protect the front element from scratches. You can easily step through the entire focal length with a single hand movement with a constant aperture of f2.8. All-time manual focusing is possible in AF mode as well, and the focus ring has a pleasant resistance. You will see on the following photos that there is nothing to complain when it comes to chromatic aberrations. Look these files up by your own, there's a download link in the description below with some more examples. Of course, there's a tiny bit of vignetting on this lens as well, but nothing to worry about, and it's not a problem that Lightroom can't fix even at f2.8. If you naturally step down to f4, you won't see the vignetting anyways. The ultrasonic motor of the 16-35mm of the third generation does its job pretty good, as you can see in the following examples. Even during low light conditions, the open aperture of f2.8 helps to improve the precision of the focus with an outstanding speed. On the Canon EOS 5D Mark IV, the touch focus was quite precise and fast as well. The lens is a great companion to have on your side and it won't betray you when it comes to focus speed. Let's get to the next topic, architecture. It's a solid lens to have for all kind of interior architecture and landscape photography. The major advantage is the flexibility through the 16-35mm zoom with a constant aperture of f2.8. If you plan using the lens on an APS-C camera, such as the ATD, you still have a wide angle, but with the 1.6 crop factor. It's already the third version of this lens, and there has been an improvement when it comes to distortion around the edges. So this lens is just ideal for every occasion where you don't have much space available. I personally would use this lens for architecture, interior and landscape. Do you have any other plans with this lens? There's some space below this video. Thank you very much. Let's get to the last point, once again interior. We're here in the Kaiserdom in Frankfurt am Main, directly at the Main River, to take some footage inside this huge church to see what fits onto your sensor. It was not too bright inside, therefore I had to play around with the ISO a bit, even at a constant aperture of f2.8. But for some full frame reason, ISO was not that big part of an issue on the 5D Mark IV. It's a great lens when you struggle with the available amount of space. Nevertheless, it will cost you about 2,200 euro. But if you need a wide angle with a little zoom, here's the lens for interior and event photography. With a constant aperture of f2.8 you can expect to have a nice looking bokeh. The 9 aperture blades will give you some stunning round looking bokeh balls. To get the best result of this lens, use it on a full frame camera like the 5D. The closer you are to your subject, the better the bokeh will be. Next topic is about the lens flare. This footage was taken with an aperture of f9. As you can see by yourself, it can cope very good with the lens flare. By the way, the sun was pointing directly into the lens. The closest focusing distance on the 16-35mm of the third generation is at about 28 cm, which is 0.92 feet. That's close enough for the next flower shot, food or a cute picture of your child. The final footage will look special compared to other close-ups because you have the wide angle and the constant aperture of f2.8. By the way, what would you shoot if you would get this lens today? Leave me a comment below, there's enough space.
And of course you can use the 16-35mm as a vlogging lens as well. I'm currently filming at 16mm, but the problem is after a while it gets quite front heavy and I wouldn't buy that lens just for vlogging due to its front heaviness and of course of the price.
Let's get ahead with the conclusion of this review. To be honest with you, I don't know if I would spend the extra 1000 euro for the latest version of this lens. I know there has been an improvement in terms of distortion, sharpness and focus speed, but is that all? I don't know. Do you have anything to add which makes it worth buying this lens for 2200 euro? Leave me a comment below. If you need a bit of flexibility, it's a great lens to have on your side. You can basically have a single lens in your pocket instead of carrying around 3 different lenses, which saves some weight as well. A nice all-rounder lens for press, interior, landscape and macro shots with a constant aperture of f2.8. With the f4 version you get an image stabilizer as well for about 1000 euro. Try this lens in advance, it's available for rent in Frankfurt's best camera store, GM-Foto. And if you pass by, make sure to get a sensor cleaning as well. Upcoming review will be about a comparison between 2 Canon super wide angle lenses. So stay tuned and see you soon. Tschüss from the heart of Europe, bye bye!